Namaste, Wholeness Tribes, Ruby with Wholeness Balance. Where have I been? Right? Behind the camera, more in front of it lately. Um, why is that? Because, like everybody else, these shifts that are happening for everybody in different ways, and it's happening in different areas of your life, it happens to me too. Like, we're all in on the shift, so to say, right? And, you know, my journey in is very focused on how the world is my teacher. Like, truly, everything, every person, place, or thing, everything is my teacher. And that's not a concept that's easily understood, right? Because it requires a lot of self responsibility, like radical self responsibility, and it's not to be judged as good or bad. And so it's a process that requires no judgment, no labels, no nothing, just a pure innocence kind of energy in it, to be open to understanding everything as it truly is and not as our mind wants to create it, or as the world or society or whatever. It's like finding what is true in the I, right? In the I am, but in the I specifically, and some of you understand what I'm saying. And so what's been happening, a lot of new like abilities that I didn't have before, and it's very interesting. And I don't usually share the things that come through for me with, that spirit comes and shows me, because for a lot of people it's still woo woo. But in this place where I've come to understanding how powerful and important it is to be a light of this information, because there's a lot of us that truly are waking up and having experiences like this, and they're not being talked about enough. And so those things that are not truly understood, if they stay, only where few people really truly talk about them, right? Then it stays taboo, right? And so spirits like discuss it, talk about it, so that people that are having similar experiences like you, they, it brings tribe together, basically, right? You can feel the frequency. It's everything's energy. Anyway, so it's been definitely an interesting journey by far, to say the least, and I'm thankful for it. I'm so, like, all of it, the contrast, the excitement, the highs, the lows, because it is both, truly. I've come to understand that on so many new levels, that I'm in so much gratitude for the clarity, for the wisdom gained only through the experience. I've learned how my communication, it seems to come through more in metaphors now, whereas before I was kind of in the metaphor realm, kind of discussing in that way, but it's become such a natural part for me. And trying to incorporate from that state of consciousness, that state of being, into what is the now, right? What's in front of me. It's very interesting, because we're having to look at the world from me, what feels like the eyes of the observer. I am able to look at what things trigger me, what people trigger me, what situations trigger me. And what I mean by trigger is come and irritate me, take me out my peace. And those are my greatest teachers. Like, and we call that shadow energy at times, right? Because that's anger, frustration. And well, of course, since we are constantly manifesting subconsciously, consciously, depending on where you are, right? The truth is that when we become more aware of how we're feeling, what we're feeling, we truly have a better part in creating our experience, simply by becoming aware, truly. And so looking at all of those things, looking at the mirror in everything, and really having gratitude even for the differences, especially the differences. It's like seeing through so many multiple perceptions to come to one truth, and being okay and open and understanding of all, because it's all true, right? And we won't be like, okay, so then what are you talking about? Like, right or wrong? It's neither, it's both. And it's going to take a level of maturity, neither good nor bad, nor greater than less than, just wisdom. maturity to understand what that means. So, where have I been? I've been learning how important it is to stretch the body. There's this thing that I would say, seriously. When we would talk about exercise, I'd be like, oh, I'm so allergic to exercise, right? And I mean, I've learned to stop saying things like that, even in this jokingly way, right? I am in awareness of it. But here's the truth. I do need to stretch, and I am learning to stretch the body because I've been doing so much in the soul and in the mind and all of this that it's like my body has been like, okay, hey, like let's stretch, right? Let's try yoga. You're going to go to Europe and you're going to go to London in March, like to go do yoga training. Like you might want to stretch a muscle or two, right? So that has definitely inspired me to get my butt moving. And I tell you what, I have a whole new level of appreciation for those people that take the time to stretch. I mean, the babyest steps, like stretching. Like, kudos, namaste. Because for real, I have so much appreciation for it because I didn't do it for so long. And as a child, I was into gymnastics. I used to be flexible, and it's like I have all these memories and whatnot coming up of that. But to say that I can truly do a back bend right now, that's didn't happen that way. Not yet, at least, right? So nonetheless, I have an appreciation for stretching and learning to move into what feels like a level of self-mastery, to so to say, within self before I go to Europe to go and study yogi from, Master Surya Karshana, because, I don't want to show up there and be the one that be like, I can't even bend, like, no. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be that person. So, other than that, what else have I been doing? I've been really doing the inner work. Like, really, truly. Like, no more sugarcoating, baby stepping. I've been really, like, taking responsibility and becoming aware of when I step out of my integrity and learning from it. Truly learning from it, understanding the whole reason, the whole purpose that caused me to step out of integrity, whether it's saying yes when I mean no, regardless, whatever it is. I've been able to see the purpose, the reason, and that's gotten very clear in my seeing, right? I've been shown that I have the ability to assist people in a quantum state by taking them into what I understand. This was my understanding from a long time ago of all my teachings. It's deep rooted in me. The railroad tracks. And the railroad tracks to me represent past, present, future. And in that is the human DNA. And that's how I see it. Like, that's the best way I can explain. And when I can go to that space, I am able to walk people's souls or their ancestors or whoever. I can walk people through the Akash. And I hold space, and I just help them remember that they can do it too. That's really ultimately what it's about, like holding space, holding love. And I was shown that I had the ability to do that, only I didn't know that I was going to need it. Like, I was just shown, oh yeah, you could do this thing. But then the universe brought into my reality two people that I actually needed to do that for. And so that was fascinating, and it's one of those things where the human mind's like, how real, how true is that? And I was able to receive confirmation in 3D that it actually did truly impact the person or people in ways that I really couldn't have known. There's just no way. I just do things, and as in the vessel, I'm not allowed to know all the time. That's another thing. I've learned how to accept that my gift is truly more focused around not using the mind but the heart, the feeling. It's something to do, and I'm still learning about the yogi tradition and the yogi way of being, because I keep being shown visions of how this is how mystics and yogis live. They live by their knowing, not of the human mind. And so I'm learning that. That's new for me, and it's like a whole new level of mastery and learning, and I'm excited. I'm just excited about everything that the universe is bringing to me. And yes, it comes with its highs and its lows, and I'm learning how to identify them and balance. And it's not always easy, but I mean, I'm getting grip. I'm getting a better, more and more grip every time, where now I'm starting to see the results of the efforts that I'm putting in to balance these things within myself, so that my reality then reflects back to me that balance. So that's for some of y'all that understand my language. Anyway, I just wanted to create this video and just kind of say, hey, I'm still here and I'm doing the journey just like everybody else. I'm holding space, holding love. I'm trying to do my readings daily, where I'm teaching you about your emotional awareness, your become conscious about your emotional state, because to me, energy is emotions in motion, right? And everything is energy, right? So I have found it to be true for me on my journey, that tuning in and understanding my emotional state has tremendously helped me understand me on a level that only I can. That makes sense? And it's been so beneficial, life-changing, and in a much greater way than I could have ever expected. And I'm so beyond grateful and thankful for the blessings that come from dedication to the journey, the soul's journey, right? So other than that, I just want to say, hey, I'm going to continue to do my readings. You guys reach out to me if you need some help on your journey. No, you're not crazy. For all of y'all that are being called crazy during this time with all this shift where people are starting to question and, well, what is spirituality? And, yeah, I know you all feel it, right? Let's just be honest. So, truth be told, once the dust settles and once the human mind gets out of construct, judgment, labels, restrictions, limits, may take a couple generations, but we're on our way and we're starting now, and it's going to be easier than it ever was before. And I highly encourage you not to hide your light. And I send you all love, light, wholeness. Namaste.